You look like you're shimmying right now. You're like getting my best Tina Turner on right now. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Kim Wilpon Crafts. I'm your girl, Kim Wilpon, and today is a holiday edition of Crafting with Friends with our incredible baking friend, Michelle. She's back!
Hi, guys.
I am really excited to have you back again on this channel. You are like our baking correspondent.
Oh, I love that title.
The Kim Wilpon Crafts baking correspondent, Michelle.
Can I put that on my resume? Will you be a reference?
I would be honored if I would be on somebody's resume. I don't even think I'm on my resume. Like, this is not on my resume.
Okay, you booked my
but
resume,
I booked myself. So, Michelle.
Yeah.
What are we baking today?
Today, Kim, we're going to make gluten-free walnut shortbread cookies with a salted apple cider caramel on top.
I'm really excited. And I'm also a little bit scared. Can I tell you why?
Please.
It's the caramel. Never in my life have I made successful caramel. Like, I always burn it or it starts to like crystallize and then I can't use it. I hope that today we demystify caramel making for everyone, because I think it could be simple, but I have yet to achieve a simple caramel.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little nervous because I've never had a batch of caramel crystallize. I have burnt it.
Okay.
But I've never had a crystal problem, and I'm kind of feeling like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen today.
Yeah. If it's gonna happen in any year, it's gonna happen in 2020, am I right?
Yeah. But caramel, yes, is very simple. Ideally, you don't really do much except watch it.
Right.
So hopefully we'll get it done today. I think we will.
My hands I have like nervous hands. They're like, oh, okay. But also, these cookies are, as Michelle said, they're gluten-free because I am celiac, which means I cannot have gluten. So normal people, I guess not normal people, but people with without celiac disease, their tummy linings are like a basket weave. This is how my gastroenterologist explained it to me. But if you're celiac, you just have like a ribbing. It's just like,
whoa.
So you don't have, but you need to like, your stomach does like this motion, to like break things down. But if you don't have that in your stomach lining, you cannot break down gluten.
That's wild.
That's your science lesson for today.
I actually, my mom has celiac and I don't think I ever understood it like that. That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, I kind of thought of it like not an allergy, because it's a little bit different than an allergy I know in your body.
Right.
But yeah, I guess I didn't think about it like the basket weave, the ribbing.
I think it's a really simple explanation too. And then seeing a picture of your stomach lining, because that's one of the ways you can get diagnosed with celiac disease. Seeing a picture, I was like, whoa, baby, she can't have gluten. But yes, so Michelle's mom is celiac, which is also why she's so good at adapting recipes to be gluten-free. And I am so grateful and I'm so excited because I love caramel apple. That's like one of my favorite flavor combos. A little salted caramel. I'm very excited for this episode. So with that being said, let's get started. So what are we doing first?
We have some apple cider, and I did this part ahead of time. But we took that cider and we just put it in a little pot and we just let it kind of bubble away for, mine was about 30 minutes.
Mine took about 25.
Yeah, depending on the heat that you're using. And you just want it to reduce by half. It's not gonna get super syrupy, but it will just condense all the flavor into what we got left.
I ended up making 1.25 cups, and then it went to 3/4 of a cup.
I don't know, put it in your coffee and make some apple cider spiced coffee.
Oh, interesting. I wanted to have extra just in case. I was nervous.
Don't be nervous. Stop being nervous.
I was anxious.
No, be nervous. Feel your feelings.
It's the caramel. Okay, thank you. Okay, so first we're making the caramel?
The caramel, yes.
The caramel.
The caramel.
All right, so what is happening?
So we've got our sugar in the pot.
1 cup of sugar is going in the pot.
Going in the pot. And then to that, we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of water.
Okay, 1/4 cup of water.
We're just gonna stir it gently to kind of make sure all the sugar is saturated.
Saturated by the water.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. And our stove is not on yet, correct?
Our stove is not on yet, no reason for it to be. And then, as a little insurance policy, if you wanna take a little pastry brush and dip it in some water, you can run it around the sides of the pot to make sure there's no sugar crystals on the inside, because that will encourage the crystallization.
Wait, explain that again.
This is a little bit more sciencey than I actually can explain, but my understanding is that if you're making caramel and you end up with dry sugar crystals, kind of like above where everything is bubbling on the sides of the pot, you just want to wash that down with a little bit of water on a pastry brush, because those dry sugar crystals will encourage the rest of the caramel to go back to a crystallized state.
Ah, okay.
Basically, it's peer pressure.
How dare they?
It's peer pressure, and we have to get rid of them.
Okay, and now what is our plan? Tell me more.
And now we turn on the stove. Now it's time for the heat.
Oh, boy.
And you
Okay,
will want a heat-proof, go for a medium.
Thank you. You knew exactly what I was going to ask. You knew it.
Yeah, I heard that
You
stove
knew
click.
exactly what I was going to ask.
We'll go for like a medium heat, and now we do nothing.
Ah,
We just watch. Don't you stir that caramel.
don't stir it. I really want to stir it.
I know, it's so tempting because you're like, it's just sitting there.
And I just have like sugar lumps that are like on one side of the pot. It's like not as like flat as I want it.
You can give it a swirl, a gentle swirl.
A delicate, like I just want to scooch it so like it's a little bit more even.
Yeah, we just don't want it to be too agitated.
Okay, I pat it. I was patting it.
That works.
All right, so how long does this happen for? Like what are we looking for?
So this will take a variable amount of time depending on how much sugar and water you have in the pot, and again, the heat level of your stove.
Right.
It's kind of boring.
I can fix that.
Because it might take like 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
I know. And during that time, don't stir.
You know, when I watch the Great British Bake Off, which is I'm endorsing it. I don't know. I just watch it. If you like baking videos on YouTube, you will 100% love the Great British Bake Off. It's fabulous. But whenever they make caramel, it just seems so simple.
It either is really simple, or there's like those two people in the tent who are like, this is my 4th batch, it's not working.
Well, that's me, and I want to be like this. Oh, we're boiling.
We're boiling.
Wow.
We're just gonna want to keep an eye on the sugar.
Okay.
And just literally just look at it. It's gonna start to turn color eventually, and then once it starts to turn a caramel color, it will go very fast. So we just wanna make sure that we don't burn it. We just want to turn it off before it gets too dark. Turn it off the heat.
So then what happens next when it starts to turn color?
We want to pull it right before it's at the optimal color, because it will keep cooking as long as it's hot.
Okay.
And so at that point, will transfer it to another heat-proof container that isn't retaining heat, so it can start to cool down.
Such as like a Pyrex?
Like a Pyrex. You can also just use a glass bowl or whatever you got.
Pyrex.
We are really bubbling. Ooh, she looks good.
Yeah, we're bubbling, we're boiling. Is it a caramel color? Should I turn it down lower?
You will know when it starts to turn.
I will not know.
And I actually misspoke. Before we transfer it to a Pyrex, we're gonna add our butter and cream and apple cider syrup.
Okay, it's great. So are we doing how many things of butter?
2 tablespoons of butter, a 1/2 cup of cream, and then a tablespoon of the reduced apple cider. And the adding of the cream and the butter will start to cool the sugar, so that will stop it from cooking. too much.
Okay, that butter is ready to go. Oh my gosh, if this is the first time I actually get to make successful caramel, will 100% be thanks to you, Michelle, because I have never. Oh, that is, yeah, it's getting ambery. I think I'm there. I think this is it, because it's looking brown. It's starting to look like almost brown.
Okay, great. Pull it off the heat and get a heat-proof spatula.
Okay. We're there.
And then you're gonna put in the butter, and then as you're stirring in the butter, pour in the cream.
So we stir in the butter.
Stir, stir, stir. And then as you're stirring, you can trickle in the cream.
Oh, it looks like honeycombing. Okay.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to.
Okay, and then add in the cream as I'm stirring.
Yes,
just
and
slowly?
it's gonna get really bubbly. Yeah,
it is.
Just slowly so you don't like burn yourself by accident. And then once that calms down a little bit, we can add a pinch of kosher salt and a tablespoon of our cider reduction.
It's looking almost like caramel. Ah,
Oh my god!
it's very exciting. Okay, so salt. Can I use the maldons? Maldon? Or no, that's a topical.
Yeah, but if you have kosher salt, just like a pinch of that.
Can I use sea salt?
You can. Whatever salt floats your boat. Okay, I'm really close. That's all right.
So sprinkle that in. And then you said 1 tablespoon.
Yes, 1 tablespoon of the cider.
Okay. I poured it in, and now I stir. Oh, that's caramel. Caramel.
She made caramel.
It's very wet.
Mine did something weird.
Is that okay that mine's wet?
It is supposed to be like fluid. It's supposed to be a soft caramel. Why don't you put it back on the heat and keep stirring a little bit?
Back on the heat. We'll do it on like a low.
Yeah, like a low.
It really does look like caramel though.
I think you did it. I think you cracked it, kid.
I did it.
It looks like soft and gloopy. I think that my brain just wants to poke anything that looks like it would be soft.
Okay, I think this is done. I think if I do this anymore, it's just gonna be bad.
Great. Then take it off the heat.
Do I put it in the bowl?
You can put it in the bowl now. And I believe that's going to thicken as it cools.
It smells buttery.
Yeah, that's good.
It's really interesting that you do the caramel first, but it kind of makes sense.
It just needs to cool down. Like, I really want it to be set. That way when we put it on the cookies, it isn't gloopy, too gloopy.
Totally get that. I am so proud of myself. Like, never in my life have done this before. It has never looked like this. Can you see this, Michelle?
I can, and it's a really nice color.
Never. Not once. This is why Michelle's amazing. She just knows how to do things, and she could just calm you and to telling you and to teaching you that you can do this. She's like putting the belief in you, and by you, I mean myself and you. I mean all of us.
The general you.
The general you. But I also do like showing you out there that you can do things that are maybe a little bit scary for you, and it's also okay it would have been okay if I didn't succeed at this the first time.
Oh yeah.
I would have been more than happy to show you that I did not succeed, but Michelle took me step by step and showed me everything that I needed to do.
What's great too about caramel is that if you do mess up, it's pretty cheap. Like, it's really just sugar and water, so it's not like a horrible financial loss as far as expensive ingredients.
Right.
And if you do burn sugar in your pot, you can use baking soda. And baking soda and hot water, you kind of boil it, and then it loosens everything up. And with some elbow grease, you can get that burnt sugar out of your pot and make it usable again.
Wow, you are like a bevy of knowledge.
That's just because I made all the mistakes. I just had to learn how to fix them.
I love that. Okay, So what, I'm gonna put this to the side.
Yes, caramel to the side, let it set, let it cool.
All right, so now we're on to cookie baking?
Now it's the cookie dough time, yes.
What's our first step?
First step is let's mix all the dry ingredients together.
Are we preheating our oven, question mark?
Oh, you got me, we are. That was a test, actually. Good job, Kim, you passed.
Thank you. What do I get cookies as a reward.
Yes, we should preheat our oven to 350.
Great.
It doesn't have to be exact here. We really just need the oven warm so we can toast some nuts.
Nut toasting.
Nut toasting. So you can use walnuts, you can use pecans, you can probably use almonds if you want. This is a very versatile cookie. And we just need a cup of them and we're gonna put them on a cookie tray.
Great. Lined with parchment, question mark?
That will make it easier for you so you don't have to clean that cookie tray.
I dig that. Okay. I threw in a couple of extra.
Won't hurt.
The sounds of baking. Okay, so I just sprinkle this on my sheet.
Sprinkle.
They look like this, sprinkled. And they go in, or we wait?
We'll wait for the oven to get warmish and we can mix together the flour and the cornstarch and the salt.
So how much flour?
How much flour? I believe it is 2 cups of gluten-free, 1-to-1. We're using Bob's Red Mills, or I am, at least.
I am as well.
We love Bob's. Sponsor us.
Bob, we love ya.
So 2 cups of that, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch.
And then we're doing like a pinch of salt, yes?
Yeah, it's like a half a teaspoon, which is just a healthy pinch. And, ooh, a cup of icing sugar.
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna help the shortbread melt together. It's gonna make a nice even structure. So now we're just gonna let it kind of mix together. We just want all of the dry.
With our whisk or with like a paddle?
I'm using a paddle. I think that this dough comes together a little easier with a paddle.
Great, I'm with you. Let's do it.
Let's do it. And you can just let it stir.
Oh, I'm preheated.
Okay, great. Put in your nuts.
For how long?
I do mine for about 8 minutes.
Is this done now? Are we done stirring?
Yeah, you can stop. We just want all of that to be nicely incorporated so it evenly distributes.
All right, my nuts are ready.
Let them cool just a little bit. We don't want to deal with hot nuts in the batter.
These are my nuts. They look beautiful. And they're going in my freezer.
Remind me, are you using a food processor or like a bullet blender to chop your nuts?
Oh, right. Well, okay. Right. I forgot we needed to get that out. I do have a mini food processor, and I also have a NutriBullet.
I would use the NutriBullet just because I hate cleaning food processors. Oh, and just so everybody at home knows, if you don't have a stand mixer and you have a full-size food processor, you can do this whole dough in the food processor.
Whoa.
And that's just like a get it done. But I only have a mini food processor like you, so it's not really conducive to a dough.
Our nuts are cooling.
Are your nuts cold yet? Not cold, but room temp?
Oh, yeah.
I think we're both using bullet blenders, so you can put your nuts in your little blender cup. And now we just chop them, blitz them until they're fine. Kind of like an almond meal consistency.
Okay. All right, let's do it. It's gonna be loud.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I think I may have made walnut butter.
It's okay if it's kind of pasty.
Okay. Good. Okay.
And now we're just gonna pop that into our mixer bowl. That little
Great.
nut mixture.
Start with this stuff. I wish there was smell-o-vision.
Well, that's why everyone just needs to make this for themselves so they can like smell along at home.
I agree. All right, so what's next?
So we're gonna stir the nuts into the dry ingredients.
Okay, lock and stir. Go in there. Be with your friends. That walnut butter's good.
Yeah, I'm like, why isn't that a thing? I never see walnut butter.
I've seen it at like Whole Foods.
Ah, fancy.
All right, we're stirred.
Okay. We're stirred. So now we're going to add in our butter. We're using 2 whole sticks. It's a lot of butter.
Do you remember when we also made rainbow cookies and we were like, this is a lot of butter?
Oh my God, yeah, I think we did use 3 sticks of butter for that.
Okay, 2 sticks of butter.
2 sticks of butter. I should mention room temperature because we need it swapped.
Swapped.
And then we're also gonna take a tablespoon of our cider reduction just so we get some of that flavor in the dough. And now we go. And it's gonna take a minute for everything to fully incorporate. So we'll just turn it on and kind of let her go until it comes together in a dough.
Cool. Oh, it's happening. Oh,
It's going.
ah! Stop it.
Oh no, too
Stop
fast.
That's a flour just wet.
No.
It's only on stir. Oh, it's like really doughy.
Yes, it's gonna become a very soft dough actually, which is why we gotta chill it before we bake it.
Whoa. I think I'm good.
Okay, great. If you're good, then you can lay out some cling wrap. Lay out some cling wrap and then plop the dough on there, wrap it up, form a disc, put it in the fridge.
Are we not adding the honey to this?
Oh my God, we are adding the honey to this. Kim, what would I do without you? I help you, you help me. This is a beautiful relationship.
It's beautiful. Michelle, what we have is a beautiful thing happening.
No, let me grab vanilla, cinnamon, and my honey. One moment. Okay, so what we're gonna do with the honey is I want you to just like heat it up in your microwave for like 30 seconds.
How much honey?
I think we did a tablespoon.
We're microwaving a tablespoon of honey and nothing else in it, right?
Nope, we just want it to be warm so we can bloom the cinnamon in it a little bit.
So this goes in this mix.
Hold on, before you put that in, we're gonna put the cinnamon and the vanilla into the honey and stir it all together. Teaspoon of vanilla and I think a teaspoon of cinnamon. But you can make it spicier if you're a spicy girl.
I'm a spicy girl. I do love cinnamon.
Cinnamon's a magnificent thing. So once you have all that stirred up and it kind of smells all good and cinnamony.
Oh, it smells really good, but I haven't stirred it up yet, so let me do that.
Oh God, it's good.
It smells heavenly.
This is maybe my favorite shortbread cookie. And I should mention, this is not my entirely original recipe.
Oh.
I got this from Buttermilk by Sam. That's her blog's name. And I am using the gluten-free adaptation with a couple of twists. She doesn't have the honey or the cinnamon or the vanilla. So that is my own special.
And we'll leave you a link to that website. So I like to give credit, and we'll also leave a list of all the items you'll need for this down below in the description. So if you have any questions at all, it'll all be down there in the description for you.
Perfect.
So now, you said we're cling wrapping it?
We're cling wrapping. So if you just want to lay a layer of cling wrap down on your counter or any clean surface, really.
Okay. Oh, it is very soft.
I'm gonna taste it. It's so good. So putting this in the fridge will really help it to solidify, so that way it's easy for us to roll it out and cut it into little cookie shapes.
I love that. And there we are.
Amazing. And if you just want to pat it into like a disc or a square, some shape that is easy to roll out later, that will just make your life a little bit easier.
Okay, this looks good.
Okay, great. So now she goes in the fridge and we take a little break.
You said 1 to 2 hours or 1 hour?
1 hour to an hour and a half. Just, we want it to be
Firm.
as chilled as possible. Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll see you in a bit.
2 hours later.
Hi.
Hi.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. We're back from our hour and a half plus because my sound in my GarageBand wasn't working on me and wasn't allowing me to save the first half of this day as it was a little stressful. Things got a little tense there for a minute, but we're good now. So Michelle, what we do now? This thing is like, it's a little, I got like a brick slab now.
Solid. So what we're gonna do now is roll out the dough and cut it into little, whatever shape you want, really. You can use a cookie cutter, you can use the rim of a glass. I'm gonna use like this little fancy circle cookie cutter.
I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of this flour.
Yes, we'll sprinkle some flour down. I'm rolling out on a silpat.
I'm just doing it on the counter because I cleaned it. Okay, my roller is the worst. I'm gonna flour my roller because everything's sticking to it. Unsuccessful. This is not a success.
Don't say that, it's not over yet. No, it will soften up in just a few minutes. If you just give it a second, you'll be like, wait, actually it's too soft.
It just like broke off from itself, like it just broke.
That's okay. This dough, it really doesn't matter if it is crumbly and falling apart. You can just kind of like modeling clay, like thumb it back together.
Thank you for that. I'm feeling a little bit better now.
Yeah, this is a very forgiving process.
I thought the caramel was gonna be the hard part.
It's because you nailed the caramel, so the universe had to throw something else at you.
Oh my gosh, this is like Play-Doh.
Yeah. And when you do roll it out, we're going for like between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch thickness. You will learn that you don't need to press too hard with this dough.
I am learning that I don't know what to do with this dough. Anything. It's looking a little crumbly.
She will feel that way, but like I said, the butter will just kind of melt it all back together and you can squish it back together. If you don't like the way it's rolling out, you can squash it all back up in a ball and do it again. What's great about this dough is I think we have enough here for like between 20 and 30 cookies, and you don't have to make all of it. So if you are like, I'm a 2-person household and I just need 6 cookies today, or I just want 10 cookies, you can just chop off like however much dough you want to roll out, and the rest of it will keep in the freezer. So you can have cookies ready to go whenever you want. I think I'm just gonna bake up 1 tray for me, but you make them all if you feel it.
I do feel it. All right, so these are going in the freezer. I've got a little extra dough left, which I probably will put away for a day when I would like an extra snack and put that in the freezer.
Okay, these are gonna go in the freezer.
This is going in the freezer now.
Later.
All right, Michelle, so how long were they in the freezer for? I lost track of time.
They were in the freezer for like 10-15 minutes. That's all they really need.
Now they're nice little like frozen hockey pucks.
So all of that nice butter will stay together. We won't have melty cookies.
Melty cookies.
And these go in for about 10 minutes.
Great, let's put them in. Do, 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 do.
A few minutes later.
Oh, it's time.
It's time. Ooh,
Oh my God. I'm so scared that it's gonna be like a melty. Oh.
No.
Oh, they look like lightly baked.
Mine are just a little golden around the edges, and that's how they should be.
Are you golden? Would you even qualify this as golden?
Maybe put those in for like 2 more minutes.
Yeah, these look like they need like another minute or so. These ones on top look a little almost shiny in the center, which tells me that they're not done quite all the way.
Yes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So, we have finished baking our cookies. They look beautiful. A slight golden brown on the bottom. Nice, soft, and crumbly. They smell delicious. What is our next step, Michelle?
Our next step is to put our little pool of caramel on top of each cookie and sprinkle some salt to finish them off.
Oh, the salt. I bought the maldon salt. It's the fanciest, and I was like, I just want to be fancy like all the other chefs out there.
Salt, like good salt, is such a nice indulgence, and it really does make a difference.
Okay, so we're literally just putting we're spooning it on top.
Yeah, I'm using like a tablespoon and just kind of like dropping it in the middle of the cookie and then spreading it around. Not too thick.
Oh, this might be too much salt. That'll be my cookie.
Are you putting the salt on first?
No, after the caramel.
Oh, okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I'm very excited about this caramel part. I'm probably gonna do like not that many, only because I don't want to eat them all right now.
No, that's actually a great point. If you are planning to really store these, I would only put caramel on the ones you want to eat like sooner, and then you can store the caramel in the fridge and kind of assemble as you go and keep the shortbread in an airproof container.
I'm only gonna make 4 right now because I think that's as many as me and Dolan can eat right now. And then I want to save the rest for like, you know, for the holidays.
Yeah. Okay, let me sprinkle some salt on this one and then I think we'll be okay.
I just get so excited for this part. Oh my god, this caramel's like dripping everywhere. You're my one. You ready?
I am so ready.
Look how beautiful they are. Let's do it. Ooh!
Are they crumbling?
My caramel just dripped on my sock. Oh my god, these are delicious.
The shortbread like literally melts in your mouth.
Oh my god, yes, it's like butter. It's like delicious cookie butter. Oh,
I just dripped caramel down my face.
holy wow.
I just ate it. It's all gone. The whole cookie gone.
These are so good.
They just taste like fall.
Excuse me, I know we chose this to be like our holiday cookie this year. Like we talked about doing a lot of other things for the holidays, but we really wanted to choose something that we felt was accessible to a lot of different people. Thought a shortbread cookie would be accessible to a lot of people during this time instead of, we talked about gingerbread and gingerbread houses and all sorts of things, but we wanted to do something that we thought the masses could do. And this is amazing. This caramel.
The caramel alone is just like worth having around.
I'm gonna get Dolan because I want him to try.
Yeah.
Okay, these are them. You don't want that one. I put a little too much salt on that one. And they're like salty and a little crumbly and caramelly. You love the piece. What do you think? Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I get down with this.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
You're good.
It's really good. They're very fragile.
They are. They're like very fragile cookies.
They are.
Yeah.
We did it! Woo!
On the combo cookie, yeah.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Aww.
He's so cute. I'm glad you like them. We have made these cookies. They are a success. Michelle, thank you so much for adapting this recipe and making it your own and sharing all of your incredible baking knowledge with all of us. I mean, I learned so much from doing these episodes with you. It's such a joy for me. Oh, Michelle, please let everyone know where they can find you on social media and such things, because her social media is amazing. You want to watch people bake. I mean, you got to this point of the video, so yes, it is your thing, or it's one of your things. Michelle, where can the people find you?
The people can find me on the Instagram, and my handle is at my name, Michelle Owens 12, Michelle Owens 12, and you can follow me, hit that button, see what I do.
Follow her, like her things, give it a nice little heart. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching this video and baking with us. Let us know if you've tried the recipe in the comments. Love to know, love to hear about it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that little bell icon, wherever it may be, so you can get notified when all my upcoming videos come out. And we'll see you real soon. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, we love you.
Holidays.
Bye everyone, thanks Michelle. Woo, woo, woo.
Bye.
Yay!